Glasgow Warriors versus Edinburgh, the 1872 Cup. This could be the biggest game of the weekend. I think this and then the Sharks versus the Bulls are probably the two biggest derby games of the weekend and probably two of the biggest games so far this season. I mean, these are two really good sides. I mean, Glasgow literally beat Toulouse the other weekend, coming back from like 21-0 down, and Edinburgh beat Toulon. So, I mean, these are two teams at their peak right now. Two teams really firing on all cylinders, and the teams they put out are really good. So, let's get right into the team selections. For Glasgow, you got Nathan Macbeth, Gregor Hiddleston, Xander Ferguson, Max Williamson, Scott Cummins, Matt Ferguson, Rory Dodge, Jack Dempsey in the forward pack. A really good forward pack, solid forward pack. A lot of Scottish internationals in there. Backline, George Horn, Adam Hastings, Jamie Dobby, Sione Tuipulotu, Stafford McDowell, Kyle Steyn, and Ollie Smith. Really good backline there. I mean, this Glasgow team just looks polished. It just looks like a really good team. And it's the team that I think could go far in both the competitions they're playing in this year, the Champions Cup and the URC. Obviously, for these types of teams now, they take both tournaments very seriously. So, I mean, this is one of those games that is a must-win. Not just from a tournament perspective, but from a pride perspective. Glasgow versus Edinburgh is a game you have to win. You want to win. The 1872 Cup. It's a lot of bragging rights, and I know the Scottish selectors will be watching this game very closely. For players that have been Scottish players for a long time, and players looking to get back in that squad and get in the squad for the first time. Looking at the bench, you got Seb Stephan, Rory Sutherland, Sam Talakai, Alex Craig, Gregor Brown, Ali Miller, Ben Afsher, and Dan Lancaster. Dan Lancaster's a good one to see there. I haven't seen his name in a while. Yeah, this Glasgow team looks really good. As I said, really polished. Probably from the outside looking in, the better of the two teams on the team sheet. But you know, when it comes to these rivalries, the team sheet doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter if you're the captain for Scotland. It doesn't matter if you're 100 cap for Scotland or you have never played a game for Scotland before. This could be your first game ever. It doesn't matter. These rivalries, those things don't matter. It's just about on the day, whoever gets it right on the day. That's what I absolutely love about these games. It's just about on the day, whoever has more passion, whoever sticks in there longer, whoever grinds it out, and whoever hangs on a lot longer in the game will win. Looking at the Edinburgh team, Piers Skuman, Ewan Ashman, Ollie Blythe Lafferty, sorry if I said that wrong, I need to get my Scottish accent better, Glenn Young, Grant Gilchrist, Liam McDonald, Dylan Richardson, and Magnus Bradbury. Now, looking at this now, it's a really good pack for Edinburgh. I mean, Piers Skuman, Ewan Ashman, Grant Gilchrist, Dylan Richardson, a name from the Sharks I've seen a lot of times before, Magnus Bradbury. Those are really good names. I'm really excited to see Dylan Richardson and Magnus Bradbury get stuck in because I really rate both of those players, and I think Dylan Richardson is one to look out for. I see he's been playing for Scotland a few times. Obviously, Sean Everett, the coach for Edinburgh, has coached him before a lot of times at the Sharks, both at senior level and under 19s. I remember he was part of the under 19 Sharks team that won, I think it was the 2018 under 19 tournament for the Currie Cup for South Africa, and Sean Everett was his coach then, so they obviously have a really good relationship. I mean, Sean Everett wouldn't just play a guy he doesn't trust, and I think Dylan Richardson is a guy that can really stand out this game, and it's a big game for him and for Magnus Bradbury. It's going to be interesting seeing Xander Ferguson and Piers Skuman line up against each other. I like Ewan Ashman as well. He's one of my favourite players from Scotland, so it's going to be good to see how they go. Looking in the back line, you have Ben Vellacott, Cammy Scott, Duan van der Merwe, Piers O'Connor, Matt Curry, Darcy Graham, and Wes Goosen. Now, I will say it seems like they're lacking a bit of experience or international flair in the 9 and 10 department, but you make up for it with the likes of Duan van der Merwe, Darcy Graham, and Wes Goosen as your back three. I mean, that's a quality back three. I will say I think Edinburgh has the better back three between the two teams, but I mean, Glasgow's also got a really quality back three. Now, looking at the bench, you got Harry Morris, Bowen Fenter, Paul Hill, Callum Hunter-Hill, Freddie Douglas, Conor McAlpine, Ross Thompson, and Matt Davidson. Now, looking at the bench, I definitely think Glasgow has a stronger bench, but you can't count out this Edinburgh bench either. It's not a bad bench. I mean, the likes of Bowen Fenter, Springbok, who's had a good season as well there. So, you know, Edinburgh's scrum is not going to take a downward spiral in the second half as well. And I mean, in these types of derby games, your set piece has to be absolutely on it. And looking at the players where it really matters most for Edinburgh, if you look at the likes of Piers Skuman, Ewan Ashman, line out scrums, you have to get those guys right. And I think that Edinburgh have the right players to get the good platform going in this game. So I know as much as people might say, oh, Glasgow beat Toulouse, they're the favourites for this game. They probably are the favourites. But with these types of games, it all comes down to the day and if they can get the set pieces right. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in the front row contest, scrum time, line out time. I mean, Scott Cummins is going to really try to take that jersey for Scotland. I know he spoke about not making the British and Irish Lions, and he's really wanting to go further and make the Lions in the next tour that they do to New Zealand. I know he spoke about that's why he signed an extension with Glasgow. So it's good to see some players actually signing extensions with a club like that. But yeah, looking from the outside in, it's a very evenly matched game. I mean, they have strengths in different departments. Like, if you look at George Horn, Adam Hastings, very, very good 9 and 10 duo. But then you look at like Duan van der Merwe, Darcy Graham and Wes Goosen, very good back three. And if you look at Sione Tuipulotu, that's a good centre there. So they're different. Their strengths are in different places. But let's do a bit of a combined 23 so we can really see where the balance of power lies. So if we had to do a combined 23, my number 1 is Piers Skuman, my number 2 is Ewan Ashman, number 3 is Xander Fagerson. I'm going to go Scott Cummins and Grant Kilgrist as the 2 locks. Then I'm going to go Matt Fagerson as number 6. I'm going to go Rory Dodge at number 7, but I really do rate Dylan Richardson very highly. At number 8, I'm going to go Jack Dempsey, but just like that, Magnus Bradbury is not far behind. So it just shows that there's a really evenly matched forward pack between both teams. Just some more experience in the international department for the likes of Rory Dodge and Jack Dempsey. Otherwise, Dylan Richardson and Magnus Bradbury are no slouch. They're really good players. They're going to be trying to make their way into that team for Scotland. And they're 2 young players as well, so it's going to be very interesting up there. Number 9, George Horn for me. Number 10, Adam Hastings. Number 11, Duan van der Merwe. Number 12, I'll go for Sione Tuipulotu. Number 13, I'm going to go for Matt Curry. Number 14 in this game, I'm going to go for Kyle Steyn over Darcy Graham. I don't know, it's a bit of a close one for me. Both very good players. I don't know. I think Kyle Steyn, just because I know he's so good for Glasgow. He's such a good player for Glasgow, but I do think that's a very even one. Yeah, number 15, I'm going to go for Wes Goosen. I think he's a very good player, very underrated. Such a good player for Edinburgh as well. Then on the bench, I'm going to go for Harry Morris. I'm going to go for Harry Morris, Bowen Fenter, and Rory Sutherland as the backup front row. Then I'm going to go for Alex Craig. Then I'm going to go for Freddie Douglas. Then Ali Miller, Ben Afsher, and then Dan Lancaster. I mean, the bench, it's very even. I mean, both not the strongest benches in the world, but still, they're going to come on, they're going to make an impact. And I don't think there's too much in it between the 2 benches, really, looking at it now. And I mean, just looking at that, there's a lot of, it's like a 50-50. So this game's pretty much a 50-50 to me as well. If I had to give a prediction, my prediction's probably Glasgow by 3 points to a try, just with their recent form. But this Edinburgh team is going to be very tough to beat, and it's going to be an awesome game at Hampden Park. I mean, it's going to be full, the 1872 Cup, really big bragging rights, and they play next week again. So I just can't wait for these 2 games, this little 2-game series. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Scottish rugby is in a good place, and the club rugby is an even better place. I mean, beating Toulon, beating Toulouse, they couldn't have asked for better results going into this game. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below what's going to happen. And I will be doing a full-time reaction right after the final whistle so we can dive into what my predictions were and what happened in the game. But yeah, massive game happening this weekend. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to help the channel grow, guys. And we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.